Hey Tina, you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. We're finally going to get to meet your parents and we can talk about the engagement in person. It really feels like this has been a long time coming.
I know. I'm really happy that we're finally getting to make this official. My parents are really excited for it too. I just really hope that you get along with my dad when you two meet each other tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. By the way, what does your dad do for a living again? And what college did he go to? I don't think my son ever told me.
Oh, and my dad didn't go to college. Actually, he dropped out of high school and only has his GED that he got later.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Your dad didn't even finish all 4 years of high school? What happened that things ended up like that?
Well, my dad comes from a really poor family, and basically he needed to work more than he needed an education at the time. I think it was because they were living with his grandma in the house, and so his family needed extra money to take care of everyone. But he worked hard and was able to leverage all of his working experience into being able to open up his own business. Honestly, I'm really grateful for all the hard work my dad has done to make his life and the lives of his family better.
Wow, I really had no idea about any of this at all. That's really crazy.
Yeah, but since both of our dads are so hardworking, I really do hope that they can get along well.
Let me get this straight. You're going to bring your uneducated dolt of a dad to my house tomorrow?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? He's not uneducated. He's one of the best in his field.
I'm sorry, but if your dad couldn't even manage to finish high school, then I really can't see how he's anything but an idiot. I really had no idea the kind of person that your dad was, and I'm really disappointed in you. You've wasted mine and my son's time. I'm calling off this wedding. It's clear to me that you're not good enough to be with my son if this is the kind of family that you come from.
Hold on a second. You can't just decide that for yourself. That decision is between Dave and I. And just why do you care what kind of education my dad had when he clearly managed to make something of his life?
Because I can tell everything I need to know about someone from just their education. And you know, I looked into your background too. I was disappointed but not crushed. But now that I know this about your father, I'm afraid I'll have to call it all off.
Sir, please do not talk that way about my father. I really respect him, and you're not being fair at all. I understand that you're Dave's father, but you are being horribly rude to me right now.
So what? Who cares if I'm being rude to some idiot's daughter? Why don't you open your eyes and realize where you're standing right now?
Ron, you really need to stop this right now. You are taking all of this way too far. I mean, I really don't think that my dad's education level should have anything at all to do with me marrying your son. Do you really think that you can know all that you need to just from looking at someone's schooling? I really do think you're going to want to wait until tomorrow to hear about how my dad managed to turn his life around. I'm sure that once you have the full story that you'll change your mind and see how great my dad is.
What is this, some kind of cult or something? Because I don't need to hear any kind of story to be swayed. Besides, you're not going to be coming over tomorrow, and there isn't going to be any meeting.
I'm sorry, but we've had this scheduled for a long time. Dave and I are going to be getting married, and as our parents, you all are going to meet.
Is this really the way you want to start your relationship with your future father-in-law?
Please, Ron, I would really appreciate it if you could just wait until tomorrow before jumping to conclusions about my dad. Dave, are you there? I was just talking to your dad, and for some reason he was really hung up on my dad not finishing high school.
Wait, what? Sorry, where's all this coming from all of a sudden?
Tomorrow, Dave! I'm talking about our meeting tomorrow. Your dad just reached out to me and got really mad to find out my dad didn't even finish high school. He was calling him all sorts of names and just being generally horrible.
Ugh, did he really? But I'm not surprised, but I'm so sorry that he reached out to you just to tell all that to you. Yes, unfortunately my dad is an elitist. There's really no other way to put it. Even when I was little, he was always telling me that I'd be nothing if I didn't go to the best schools. I mean, I had to get therapy after I moved out of the house to undo some of the harm that had caused me growing up. But I didn't think he'd subject other people to his purity test.
Oh, Dave, I had no idea this was such an issue with your dad. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I know, but that's all in the past. I just can't believe that he would say that about the father of the woman I'm going to marry.
Well, what do you think we should do about this? Do you want to cancel the meeting tomorrow? Your dad sounded like he wasn't all that interested in meeting my parents after our talk.
Well, no matter what he says, it isn't going to change the fact that we're getting married. I'm not going to let my dad's bigotry get in the way of that. I'll tell you that much. Let me talk to him and try to smooth all this out. Of course, I won't tell him what your dad actually does for a living. We can wait for tomorrow for him to find out himself.
Thanks for doing that, Dave. I know that my dad likes to tell his story himself so that it doesn't get misconstrued or anything.
Of course, I completely understand. I'll tell my dad to cool it on being so judgmental. I'm sure that he'll be really surprised when he finally meets your dad and talks to him a bit about what he does. I mean, even I was shocked after I met your dad and got to know him a bit better.
Everyone seems to react that way, but it's so weird because to me, he's just my dad. Of course, I have a lot of respect for him, but at the end of the day, he's my dad first, you know?
It makes perfect sense to me, but I really can't wait to see the look on my dad's face when he realizes who your dad really is. Maybe that'll finally knock some sense into him.
I guess we can only hope so.
I knew I was right to be suspicious, and yet you insisted on dragging your deadbeat dad to my house anyways. Well, I never ever want to see you even speak to my son again. Do you understand me?
Do you have any idea what you've done? You assaulted my dad all because I told you he didn't finish high school? You realize that you've committed a crime, don't you?
You really think that anyone is going to take the side of a loser family like yours? The wedding is off, and I want you to stay far away from my family. That's an order.
An order? Excuse me? And just who do you think you are to boss me around like that? I am not your child, nor your employee. Do you understand? You're the one who committed violence over someone's education level. If you think you're in any position to start giving orders, you are out of your mind.
Don't you dare talk back to me. You're just upset because I'm not going to let you marry into our elite family. But don't blame me. Blame your dad for never making anything of his life.
You mean even after insulting the man, you still have the gall to look down on him like that? Well, don't worry. We don't want anything to do with you ever again either. We'll call the wedding off, no problem.
Well, of course you will. I ordered you to do so. Did you really think that I was ever going to let a girl from a family like yours marry my son? But like I said, don't blame me for this. You can go and complain to your dad that it's his fault.
Oh, I've gone and talked to my dad. He told me that we'd stop doing business with you.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean that you talked to your dad and he said that he would stop doing business with me?
Well, what other choice are you leaving him after what you did? After we got home, my dad called his HQ to see if we had any active contracts with your company, and he canceled them all. He told his secretary to tell your company to ask you why this was all happening.
What business are you even talking about? Why would your dad's crappy little shop be working for my company?
Wow. So you really still haven't figured it out then? I would have thought that you would just looking at my dad, but I guess you didn't recognize him.
What do you mean I didn't recognize him? Is he supposed to be famous or something? Why do you think I would have recognized some uneducated hick like him?
I guess I'll just have to come out and say it then. My dad is the company president of Carco.
Wait a second. Carco? You mean Carco as in the famous vehicle manufacturers? That company?
That's right. That's the one. And the president of that company is my dad. So what were you saying about how elite your family was again? How you were too good to let me marry your son? Because compared to my family, you're really nothing. I mean, you weren't even connected enough to recognize my dad when he was right at your door.
Now hold on just a second. Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Even your dad didn't even finish high school. There's no way that he's president of a company like Carco.
You do realize that you're just digging yourself a deeper hole with every slight you make against him, right? Yes, my dad never graduated high school, but your mistake was in judging him for that.
Hold on. I just got a call from my company. They told us that Carco is canceling all their contracts with us. But then that means your dad is really...
That's right. I tried to warn you, but you just wouldn't listen to me. I just wish that I could be there in person to see your face right now. I bet the shock on it is just hilarious. But I'd imagine after this, you're getting fired and blacklisted from every company in the industry. Of course, what else could you really expect after acting the way you did to him?
But if we lose those contracts, then how is my company even supposed to stay open? Please tell me that you're joking. This can't be happening right now.
If you're so surprised, I wouldn't be. This is the natural outcome for someone like you. You were the one insulting my dad, and you were the one who assaulted him, and now you're paying the price for what you've done.
So then it's really true. Everything that you've been saying to me this whole time is really true?
Man, you really aren't as smart as you brag about being. Did you know that? For the last time, yes, it's true. But don't worry about canceling the marriage. I'm fine with that. I didn't want to join your family anyways. I already told Dave that I didn't want to have you as a father-in-law.
But wait, hold on. If you're really the daughter of the company president of a Carco, then please accept my humblest apologies. Of course you can marry my son, and I'm sorry that I ever gave you any doubt to the contrary.
Wow, you really turned around quickly, didn't you? But I'm afraid that's not going to work on me. I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again. I talked to Dave and he said he was fine calling off the wedding as well.
Please wait. Don't say that. I know I said I didn't want you two to get married, but that's not my choice to make. That should be between you and my son.
I know, and I talked to your son and we said that we were calling off the engagement.
But I don't understand. Why would you do that?
Well, because I told him that if we got married, I wouldn't want to have any contact with you ever again.
Wait, so then, if you two got married, then Dave would never ever talk to me again? What did he say to that?
Well, I told him that, and he said he'd have to think about it, and I told him that I'd respect his decision. So the wedding is off.
But wait, please. Can't you just let me try and talk to your parents and smooth all this over? I'm sure that I could if you just give me a chance.
That is not going to happen. You do realize that you assaulted my dad, right? What makes you think that I'm going to arrange for a meeting for you after you've done that?
Please. I really had no idea at all who your dad was, and that was a huge mistake on my part. I realize that now. I had no idea that things were going to turn out this way.
Well, I don't see why you think that's our problem. You did this, now accept responsibility like an adult, including for the assault.
So what? You're really going to charge me for what I did? Please. I didn't think that I committed a crime or anything like that. It was just a little fight within the family, that's all.
Fight within the family? How could that be when I'm not married to your son yet? And did you really think you could get away with punching someone in the face just because they didn't finish high school?
But I mean, assault sounds so bad. I really didn't think that it would end up this way.
Just because you finally realized that you've actually done something wrong doesn't mean that anything is going to change. Besides, we've already decided that we're going to file a police report.
No, please don't do that. Why would you go to the police about this?
Because you punched my dad. Are you really not following this at all?
But if the police show up for what I did, then they might arrest me. I'll be in serious trouble if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the whole point of calling the police on someone. You're a criminal, and you should be punished.
Tina, please, don't do this to me. I know you might not like me, but I'm still your fiancé's father. Is this any way to be treating your elders?
Excuse me? Wow, that is really rich. But I have every right to do this because you broke the law.
I knew I shouldn't have tried to talk about this with a woman. Can you please just let me talk to your dad? This is something that should be settled between us men. We know what we're doing.
Wow, did you really think that was going to work? Did you think that jumping from elitism to sexism was going to make me want to help you?
Just tell me where your dad is. I just want to apologize to him. Isn't that what you think I should do?
I'm not going to tell you where my dad is, and frankly, I think you should just wait for the police to show up.
Please, just tell me where your dad is. This should just be between him and I.
And why would I let a criminal that assaulted my dad anywhere near him? That would just be irresponsible.
Please, stop calling me a criminal. I didn't even do anything wrong. You shouldn't be talking to me that way.
You're right. You're not a criminal yet. You have to be arrested and processed first. But then, after that, you're nothing but a criminal, and you'll have a record that will follow you forever. You'll never be able to escape it. You used to pride yourself on judging others for their education all this time. You thought you could tell all that you needed to about someone just from what schools they went to. Well, now you'll have a very different kind of record. Though, I'm not sure you'll want to brag about it.
Please, don't do this to me. You're going to ruin me. Don't you get it? What am I supposed to do? Please don't punish me for this. I didn't know.
After that, Dave reached out to me and told me about how the police arrived to arrest his dad. He told me about how his dad begged not to be taken away, but seeing as how my dad's company contributes a lot to the annual policeman's ball, the cops were all too happy to take Ron away. I know that I told Ron the wedding was off, but that was just to add a little bit more pressure to him and make him sweat. After his dad was taken away, Dave said that he talked to his mom, who was going to be getting a divorce from Ron, and that they were both going to cut Ron off and never talk to him again. While he was in jail awaiting trial, Ron got a call from his company saying that he was fired for his misconduct and for damaging the business. After his firing, my dad renegotiated the canceled contract so Ron's company wouldn't pay for his stupidity. Ron tried to reach out to Dave and ask for his help in setting everything right, but by then, the both of us had already blocked his number. I have no idea what Ron is up to now, but the wedding for Dave and I is still on schedule. The night that we were supposed to have our family meeting, Dave came to my house and apologized profusely to my dad. My dad laughed it off and said that he didn't blame Dave and that he still wanted us to get married. We both know that we've been through a lot, but we're still very much looking forward to the day when we can call each other husband and wife.
Savannah, could you buy me a car? LOL.
What are you talking about?
I know that you have a lot of money, Savannah. So you should be able to afford a car for me, right? That should be fine with you, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything super nice, but at least something from this year and is a sports car.
Why would that be okay with me, Bella? Hey, what kind of prank are you trying to pull this time? I'm not finding it very funny that you think I'd be responsible for buying you a brand new car. I don't even know why you'd ask that.
Even if you don't know why, that won't stop me from asking, LOL. And haven't you heard that I'm getting married?
I guess I did hear about that, but only just a little bit ago. And I was thinking about sending you a message to congratulate you and everything. But I'm sorry for being so late with it. Well, now that I have you, congrats.
No, you don't have to cheer for me because of marriage, LOL.
Huh?
If you really want to show your support, then do it with money, LOL. Or you could always buy me a car, LOL. And make it so that it comes in time for the wedding, or at least when I'm back from my honeymoon, LOL.
So that's what you've been going on about. You think that as a marriage present, I'll give you a car. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen, Bella. Just because you're my husband's little sister doesn't just mean that I have to buy you something so expensive. If I were to do that for you, your family would get upset with me, and I'd never hear the end of it.
Why not, LOL? My brother would be happy to see me happy, right?
Not when it's you getting happy over me spending that much on a car for you. He's told me already not to overdo it with you. And so I'll make sure to celebrate your marriage in another way, okay? But buying you a car is just not going to happen.
Well, then what about a house?
A house? You have to be joking, right?
Well, what if I'm not joking, LOL? Savannah, you have all that money, don't you? I've heard you run your own company and are doing pretty well with it. So do you really think I'd believe that you don't have the money to spare for me?
Well, I keep my money for when it's needed most, like in emergencies. It's not just for me to hand out to whomever I please, like you might think.
Whoever you please? LOL. But aren't I a part of your family? Whenever you're celebrating something for your family, you should be able to dig a little deeper to make their occasion special.
And I plan to do that in another way. I have no plans on buying you a car, nor a house like you're asking me. Please just calm down now. I already have something in mind for you.
Even though you're a CEO, you're being a bit of a penny pincher, don't you think? LOL.
Excuse me? What are you saying? I don't think right now's the time for you to speak to me in such a rude manner. I'm aware that I'm your family and all, but aren't you aware that you still have to be kind to those that you talk to? So please stop it with that poor-mannered attitude.
How annoying. LOL. I'm tired of being nice about this. Make sure you have everything ready for me. I think you have all the resources to make sure that I have a house or car here soon. But you're acting stingy, and it's putting me down. LOL.
I feel as though you are a bit too worked up at the moment, and so to save you from saying anything else that might embarrass yourself, we can continue this conversation at another time. I've told you that neither a house nor a car is going to happen, so please stop asking for them. You have to remember that all I am is your older brother's wife.
I heard everything from Walter. Thank you for doing that, Bella.
No worries. Although she did end up calling me stingy and a penny pincher before this.
Huh? She called you penny pincher? What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. There's something between her and I. As for the wedding and their honeymoon, do you think you can ask Walter if I should chip in on the preparation costs?
I don't want you to think that you have to give him that much. I'm sure Bella would already be happy with what you've given him.
It's not a problem. But that means I won't be giving them anything else, okay? It's fine giving them money for their events right now, but I don't want Bella to start thinking she can just continue to ask me for everything. Hopefully me giving enough to make their wedding and honeymoon what they've dreamed of will be enough for her. And actually, after this, I think I'll keep a little distance from her.
And I'm on board with that. I don't think we should be looking after them anymore after this. Mom and Dad are also happy that she finally found herself a man that's willing to take her away. So we'll leave her in Walter's hands.
Sounds like a plan. I'd love it if she would start to work a bit harder for herself and her future. Right. I should give them the money before everything, right? It's far too much for me to be handing it to them at the wedding, and I don't want Bella thinking I haven't done anything for her.
Haven't done anything for her? Is this back to her calling you a penny pincher? She really is such a crude woman. Sorry, Savannah. I think as for the money, you should give it to them sooner than later. I'll let my mom know we'll be handing it off.
Thanks, Aaron. I'd like for their wedding to go over without any bumps for us, but...
I got that money. My mom ended up handing it to me.
So you have it now? Thank goodness. I wanted to hand it to you myself, but I have work today. And tomorrow, I assume you and Walter will be very busy together, so I wanted it given to you before the wedding.
Are you trying to make a fool of me? Is this the amount a CEO has to offer me?
Huh? What?
You shouldn't be questioning this at all, Savannah. You gave me a measly $3,000 for my wedding. Are you serious right now? With this amount, I'll only be able to afford myself an old and rundown car.
Excuse me?
I can see that you're more than just stingy. LOL. So should I wonder if you really are a CEO? If you really were one, you should have thought this through a lot better. LOL.
After handing you $3,000 as a present for your marriage when all I am is your in-law and not getting a thank you, I can't even find the ability to complain about you now. I really misjudged you. I had always thought you were a bit pushy and rude, but never this bad.
Pushy and rude? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about yourself? Because you seem to be the only one without any manners. What kind of present even is this? $3,000? You say you're wealthy, so buy me a house at least? LOL.
I think you're getting a little carried away at the moment, but don't you think you should end all of this horrible talk? I'm starting to reach my limit of bearing everything you've said to me.
What are you saying, LOL? I seriously can't believe you did this. I let you marry my older brother, so you should have at least bought me a house as thanks. I wonder why I ever let you have him, LOL. Actually, I wonder even more about why he ever chose you, LOL. Perhaps it's because he wants your money too, LOL. Well, he's going to be disappointed to see you don't have any to share, LOL.
He wants my money?
Well, there'd be no other reason to marry someone like you, right? LOL. You're a penny pincher, and now you have to deal with my moneyless brother living with you. Why doesn't he just divorce you if you're not going to let us have your money? LOL. Then he can find someone who's actually willing to treat us right.
Are you not aware of all the things you were saying right now?
Well, I'm sorry, but these are all facts, LOL. Savannah, do you not notice how much of a stinge you really are? You go around saying you have all this money, yet you only hand me $3,000 for my wedding. LOL. If you just bought me a house, I would say thanks and all that, but I can't now.
Well, I have no choice but to let loose on you.
Huh?
I've had enough of you. I think I'm going to cut ties with you now. And before you begin to ask me to proceed with my decision, would you think about what all you're about to lose right now?
What? What am I going to lose? LOL. And actually, why are you getting so upset? If you're getting upset over something you did to yourself, then you're more like an animal than a penny pincher. LOL. Could an animal really be a CEO? LOL.
I'm telling you that after all the damage you've caused to my pride, there's no reason for me to stick around with you since you have nothing positive to say to me. So with that, I'm no longer here for you.
Since when have you been here for me? LOL. You haven't been doing anything for me for the longest time. LOL.
Well, then all the money I've been giving to support you with is going to run dry.
Huh? I want to know what money you're talking about.
I'll also stop giving you your monthly allowance. And I had planned to help pay the bill for your wedding and your honeymoon. But I'm going to stop trying now.
Huh? What? Huh? What are you talking about, Savannah? I really cannot follow what you're saying right now.
Every month, the money that you thought was coming from your parents has been coming from me.
Huh?
Both your mom and your dad don't have enough to hand to you anymore. So I chose to hand you money for them. But since I'm going to cut ties with you soon, you'll no longer be getting anything. And with that, I hope you can make it on your own.
Hold on a sec, LOL. What have you been talking about? I seriously don't get anything you just said to me, but you do know that I'm your husband's little sister, don't you? There's no way he'll let you cut ties with me, LOL. Just because I made you look and feel like an idiot, you're going to start threatening me with things you can't even do?
I've already talked with my husband about this, and he's decided to cut ties with you as well.
What?
We're making sure you don't get any more money from us. As for your wedding, it'd be great if it turns out okay today. But I have spoken with your fiancé, Walter, as well, and he understands that you'll no longer get anything from me.
What is going on?
Did you think that your fiancé wouldn't find out about all of this? I was the one that told him I'd help pay for you.
Well, I heard something like that from him before, but I just assumed that Aaron was putting anything he had in his savings into the wedding.
I'm sure that's what you thought since you never listened to what others say, but you said it yourself that your brother doesn't have much, right? I'm the one that supports us both for the most part, and so I'd be the one handing you guys the money. I've been the one supporting you this whole time, and I was planning to stop once you were married to Walter. But now I'm just over it.
Can you please tell me exactly what's going on here?
But that's okay, right? You're getting married, so you'll have your husband to take care of you from now on. That's fine with me because I don't want to be around some selfish and rude child that complains about everything. Understand that after this, I want you out of my life, so don't talk to me again.
Wait, this is screwed up. I just heard from Walter that the wedding is being canceled.
Wow, that was quick. I guess he really does pick up on things faster than most.
He just told me that if it's only him paying for the wedding, he can't do it. What does he mean? Savannah, do you know anything about this?
Well, with how much you asked for with this wedding, it makes sense that he can't pay for it all himself. I mean, he doesn't have a job himself.
What?
Your parents and Aaron wanted you to get married, but they knew that your fiancé had no job. So their hopes were lost thinking that things wouldn't work out. That's why I stepped in to help pay for you guys' wedding and everything.
I don't get any of this. What do you mean Walter is jobless? He's been working a job for a while now.
He's going to be working a job here soon, but we had made an agreement that he'd come to work for me and my company. LOL.
Huh? So you guys had all planned on hiding the fact that he was jobless for me just so that I'd marry him? All because Mom and Dad want me to be married to him.
That's right. All to get rid of a needy child like you.
What the heck?
You wanted to have a big wedding and had been hoping for a fantastic honeymoon after. So I thought that I'd be okay paying for all of that for you guys. And so the plan was for me to help pay for all of that so your dreams could come true. But now you've pushed me too far. I'm not going to pay a single dollar towards you two. If you really want to still do any of those things, go and pay for it yourselves. Good luck making all of that money soon, though, okay? LOL.
What are you talking about? I never knew any of that before. Now that I understand a bit better, I feel bad.
Well, whether you feel bad or don't, I'm making sure that I never have to deal with you ever again. Good luck trying to make things work with Walter, okay? Because I think I won't be hiring him any longer.
Huh? So that means he won't have a job and we can't have our wedding? We can't even go on our romantic honeymoon?
That's right. LOL. But this can't be helped since this is all you asked for.
This can't happen to me, though. You know that I never knew about any of this, right? And nobody ever came to tell me about any of this?
I'm sorry that you never noticed how much of a pain in the butt you were for everyone and even ruined your chances of living happily with Walter.
You're the worst. You're being a complete jerk by doing this. I'm no longer going to consider you family.
Oh no, that's so scary. But really, I have never wanted to think of you as family, so thank you, LOL.
You can't be happy over something like that. Can you at least pay for the wedding and everything first and then leave me be? I ask that you pay for the wedding and honeymoon and make sure you hire Walter.
I will not listen to you anymore. Just as I had said, I am no longer going to be bothered with you two.
What? Are you kidding me? So then this is it for us. Are you really saying that my whole wedding today is going to be over?
Well, who knows? LOL. Maybe you can talk with your unemployed fiancé about that. And before you think about the wedding, what about you guys getting married? Think about that one. LOL. And just know I will no longer have any part in you two. Now have a wonderful day. LOL. And just like that, when Walter heard that I'd no longer be hiring him, he went into a frenzied rage and canceled everything that day. Along with that, he could no longer manage Bella's awful attitude and made it clear that he would no longer see her again. And as for my in-laws, they were also completely exhausted from Bella and threw her out of the house. Before, she had myself and her brother to rely on for not having a job of her own. But since she didn't seem to care about that, she chose her horrible demise. When it comes to parasitic people such as Bella, it's best to create some distance and let them wither away on their own. I'm sure that this was good for Walter as well, as he no longer had to be married to her. As of right now, I have no idea what's happened to Bella, but I'm sure she's somewhere throwing a tantrum over not getting what she wanted.
I'm going to be getting married. And that's just what I deserve for being such a beautiful woman.
Is that so? You're getting married to Andy then? Congratulations.
That is right. But why do you know about him? Did I ever tell you the name of my boyfriend before?
I think that I've known about Andy a lot longer than you have at this point. But you don't have to worry about that. Just congrats on you both getting married. However, I wasn't really thinking that the two of you would ever make it this far together. But you have always wanted to get married to someone, so this is great for you.
What is up with that kind of attitude? Are you trying to talk down to me? Did you really think that I wouldn't be able to get a man to marry me, even though I have this wonderful body?
Huh? Why do you think I meant what I said as a slight towards you? I just wanted to say congrats for finding a man that would marry you, and that I'm happy to see things working out.
Well, you don't have the right to talk to me like that about my situation. Have you even seen the current job you're working? Would you ever think it's okay for an overnight cleaning lady to talk to anyone else the way you've been? You're the lowest of the low in the society, so I'm not going to let you talk crap.
About this again? What about being a cleaning lady means that I'm the lowest of the low? I've been putting a lot of effort into my job, and I take it very seriously. So don't call me anything like a lowlife, okay?
Well, someone like you shouldn't be having to do a job like that, but perhaps that's the reason why I'm the one getting married and not you.
As though you were chosen? Well, just as long as you're getting married for love.
But when I do get married to Andy, I'll become a housewife for him. Unlike a cleaning lady, I'll never have to work in other people's houses or offices to do their dirty work.
I don't have a problem with any of that, though. Layla, do you think you could stop talking down to me about the job I do? I'm starting to become a little bit upset by the way you talk about me. I'm sure that you can't see that yet, but
Why do I have to care about how you feel when I talk to you? I'm not in the position where I have to give up my time thinking about how low lives feel. And you are the worst of the low lives.
you're going too far, Layla. And to put some things into perspective for you, do you know how you ended up meeting Andy in the first place?
What do you want to say to me? I was introduced to Andy by Mom, right? She told me that he's one of her friend's son.
Huh? Is that what she told you?
That is. So what does that mean to you? A low-life scum like you is not invited to my wedding? If a cleaning lady came to my special day, it would make the whole atmosphere go sour.
That attitude you have right there. Stop it! I'm getting to my limits with the way you're treating me now, Layla. If I were to stay away from your wedding like you've said, things wouldn't go so well for you. So I'm going. Now, I'll see you at your wedding. Mom, I can see that Layla is going to end up marrying Andrew now, right? Have you not told her yet that I'm the one that's known Andy and introduced him?
Well, that's the problem. It became harder and harder for me to tell her that. With that girl, if I mentioned that you were the one that introduced Andy, she'd freak out, right? She'd get all up in our faces again and would think that we're all playing with her.
Well, I can understand that she wouldn't take it lightly. I can definitely see her flipping out at the news that I was the one to bring him along. But it's crazy that she thinks we're being rude or mean to her when she's the one that's been that way to me my whole life.
And that's the reason I never said anything about her to you. But now that she's going to be getting married to him, she'll finally be able to move out of this house. I'm planning on getting out of here myself and into a new home.
Is that so?
I want to move away with Dad to a smaller farmhouse out in the countryside to spend our final years relaxing. And so we've both been waiting a long time for her to leave.
I can see that. Well, thankfully that time has come.
And once things have settled down after the move, we'd love for you to come out and see the place.
All right. But that's only if Layla can get married to that man. I'm starting to feel a bit bad, though, for Andy now that I've introduced him to a demon of sorts. But if he's really that into Layla, then that's great for him.
I think the two of them fit like puzzle pieces, so it's worked out. I think that Lila and him will be able to get along well, even after marriage. So I'm praying that things go smoothly for her and she doesn't throw it all away.
I'm in the same boat as you are. She told me she doesn't want me to come to her wedding. But I'm afraid something will happen if I don't show, so I'm gonna go still, okay?
And you should still go. She's still a little selfish brat, so you don't have to listen to what she says.
Thank goodness. Well, I'm looking forward to the wedding.
Did you not listen to me? Hurry up and get lost, you moneyless lowlife. I don't want you showing yourself to Andy when he should never know that you're part of my family.
Do you have no idea what you've just done? I think that what's happened is literally taking things way too far between us.
Well, it's your fault for coming to my wedding in the first place, right? I didn't even invite you here in the first place, yet you still showed up.
Well, Mom had received an invitation from Andy asking for the whole family to come to the wedding. I knew that you wanted me to stay away today, but choosing to be violent towards me was going too far overboard.
What about that was violent? I was just making sure that your eyes were opened.
Well, you came up to me and slapped me across the face before yelling at me to leave. Do you not see how messed up something like that really is?
You're getting on my nerves, Sydney. What I had to do with you was in defense of my wedding.
What? Do you know what it means to defend something? Are you sure you weren't just assaulting me a second ago?
Low-life scum are not a part of my family, so hurry up and leave already. You should have listened to me before I had to take action and defend my wedding.
Why do you think that I'm some lowlife that's worth assaulting?
Because you're an overnight cleaning lady.
Layla, look, what you're saying makes no sense right now.
What I'm saying does make sense. I'm not okay with my little sister being a cleaning lady when she had so much potential. I slapped you to try and wake you up. So now that you understand how I feel about you, get lost.
Then you have a great one.
I don't need to hear that from you.
I'm going to do as you wish and go right home. But allow me to say one last thing. The man that you've just married was introduced to you by me.
Really? Why are you starting to say such unrealistic things now?
I get it. You're not going to believe me. But you're the only one that doesn't seem to care.
What do you mean?
Mom just happened to never tell you about his relation to me. She wanted to keep you from getting upset with me for bringing Andy along, and so she never told you a thing about how he's your husband due to me. You were already upset with me due to my job as a cleaning lady, and she couldn't see you believing her without getting pissed. But the reason that I was able to bring him to you is because I became friends with him and his parents due to my job. But I already have a fiancé, so I decided that he should talk to you more if he was looking for someone.
You know him and his parents? What are you talking about? Do you really think I can take a joke like that seriously? Have you gone off the deep end now? I'm sorry that you're having to leave my wedding is so distressing, but it has to be done.
The only reason Mom never told you was for the sake of making sure you would stay with Andy. She was afraid of how angry you'd become and that you'd throw your relationship with Andy away because of me.
Are you really telling me the truth? Why has Andy vanished from me all of a sudden? What's going on here?
Maybe it's because his parents watched as you slapped me in the face earlier?
Huh? They saw all of that?
They saw the whole thing unfold! If it wasn't for you laughing so hard at me, they might have not came and looked. But after you slapped me and started to laugh some more, I went and met with them.
Wait, when you went to go see them, you didn't say anything unnecessary, right? And are you for real about you and Andy already knowing one another?
Because I had known his parents and him for a while. They took good care of me. And it's because of them that I was able to find you a man to marry. But now you've gone and slapped me in front of both his parents.
But I never knew anything about you guys, so maybe this is just you trying to make up crap. Hold on, something's going on. Because you're not here, his parents seem pretty upset right now, and they just told Andy that I've done something wrong. Do you think you could come back here? I feel that if you don't come back right now, things will get pretty bad for me. Please hurry.
Even if you asked nicely, I'm not coming back now.
Huh? Why not? Right now, things are starting to go downhill and I'm a bit panicked. I'm in a bit of pinch right now, so please come back here. Why, after a little slap to my sister, are they all starting to get worked up? Hurry up and get back here.
You asking me to come back now after telling me to get lost out of panic isn't going to work.
Why?
Because you just told me, Layla. You said you don't see me as family, right?
No, that's not what I meant by that.
And now that you've said and done things to someone as vital as me, you might end up getting divorced from him pretty soon. I'm sure that both Andy and his parents are regretting me introducing him to you. We had tried so hard to make things work out between you two, but I've already talked with Andy about this.
Huh? Why? Why are you talking with him before asking me for permission? You don't have to do things like that behind my back. What have you guys been talking about?
I told him that you no longer see me as your family, and so he no longer has to worry about you and I. I then ended our conversation by asking that he do what he thinks is best regarding you.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Do you think that he needs to do something about me being with him now?
Well, you talk down to me for being a cleaning lady, and even have gone as far as to regard me as nothing but a stranger now. I feel as though he should understand that and think twice about being married to you.
Please don't tell me you told him all about that, right?
Of course I told him.
Why did you do something like that to me?
That's right. I almost forgot to say this. I think you really don't know the importance of this.
What is it now? What importance is there that I'm unaware of?
Andy's parents are actually the ones that own the company in which I work for.
Huh?
You've been going on about how much you dislike those that work in the cleaning industry. And since you seem to hate people like me so much, it wouldn't make sense that you be married to the son of two people that own a company which is in the cleaning industry, right?
Hold on. Andy is the son of the company's CEO? I had a feeling that he had a lot of money, but I just assumed he was working for a good company, that's all. That would mean that I've landed the perfect husband, right?
Well, that's only if your marriage to him lasts, right?
I never knew about that. He never mentioned to me that his parents owned a company. I'm freaking out right now because there's so many things I never was told about. This is all way too different from the situation I was thinking about. What should I do now?
Asking me what you should do will get you nowhere. That all has nothing to do with me now. I think that your wedding will be canceled now, and you being married to Andy will crumble, right? You're going to go back to being a single and jobless loser, right?
What is with you calling me that? I'm your sister. And if all of that happens to me because of you, you get back here right now and do something about this. I've never heard of a little sister acting out like that towards her older sister.
Well, I don't think of you as my sister anymore.
Huh?
After what's happened, I'm thinking of just cutting ties with you now. I like to think that someone who's willing to slap their own sister is no family of mine. And so I'll do whatever I can to make sure I don't have to see you anymore. Now, goodbye forever.
Wait, what are you saying? If you are to cut ties with me right now, what will happen to my marriage to Andy? Stop trying to run away from your responsibility.
Well, to be honest, you being married to him was never going to work. He was going to become aware of you at some point in time, so aren't you happy that his eyes have been opened now? Ah, and another thing. Mom and Dad are going to be moving away. And they said they're no longer going to take care of you anymore. So, if you're thinking of going back to them, they won't be there. Don't forget about that, okay?
What's going on? Are you saying that Mom and Dad are going to throw me away as well? You getting in the way of my wedding is the worst thing ever.
I didn't get in the way of anything. You just messed up by slapping me in the face.
That was just a joke, or maybe it was just an accident.
No matter how you try and make excuses for what happened, it won't help you. Now, good luck with your marriage. But before you try for marriage, maybe find yourself a job? Right now, you're just a complete loser. Are you not embarrassed being 33 years old and still living with your parents under all their care? You like to call cleaners lowlifes, but when you think about it, someone who's unemployed and lives with their parents is the real lowlife. See you never, you lost cause. Never try talking to me again. In the end, Layla was left in despair after her wedding was canceled. She immediately ran away from everyone at the wedding and their short marriage was over. Andy's parents tried searching for her as they still wanted to talk to her about why she would do what she did, but after searching for her for hours, they gave up and let her be. Andy was left a small bit heartbroken, but was more relieved than anything else since he was able to see the true person that Layla really was. Layla tried running back to her parents' house, but would soon find that it was already too late for herself. Layla's parents were already out of their old house and moved to the countryside by then. And since she had no one to rely on anymore, she was forced into having to support herself. She tried to get Sydney to help her, but by that point, Sydney had already blocked all her ways of contacting her. Sydney had also gotten married to her fiancé as well, and moved to a new location. And so, Layla was left with nothing but herself, and had to start from scratch like most people had done in their early 20s. If only she had gone out and started fending for herself sooner, something like this would never be happening to her.
Where are you, Victoria? I just got home a second ago, but the lights were all off. I was surprised. Are you out somewhere right now? I bought you some cake, though. Want me to come pick you up? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm not going to go home anymore.
What? What are you talking about?
Did you not read the letter I left on the table?
Yeah, I did read it. I read it, but I didn't really understand, so I'm messaging you right now.
If you didn't understand, please read it till you do understand.
Where are you right now? I'll come pick you up.
You don't have to worry about picking me up.
I saw that you had divorce papers with the letters too. What is that about? I don't have any plans to divorce you.
I don't really care if you don't want to. I'm all for it, so yeah.
You're just saying that. Did you even think about Justin? Justin is only 5 years old. What do you think is gonna happen if we divorce when he's so young?
I'm sure he'll figure it out. It's gotta be better for him than the environment he's in now.
Of course that's not true. A child needs both his parents.
Do you not realize what you did yesterday? Do you just not remember?
I remember. I only remember parts of it though. But I apologized to you this morning.
Is it really something that should be forgiven just because you apologized? You always just drink booze. You even called me a pig yesterday. You were yelling and screaming at me.
I said I'm sorry. I was just a little too drunk yesterday. I don't really remember, but I remember looking for something and I couldn't find it. I feel like I tried to call you for help, but I really don't think of you as a pig or anything like that. I'm really sorry.
I'm tired of being apologized to. To be honest with you, how much have you apologized? You're basically apologizing every day. You started throwing a tantrum that you couldn't find a cup. Then you said, that pig hid it somewhere. You woke a sleeping Justin and I up just for that. I even had to go apologize to our neighbors. You realize that? They had complained about our noise.
What? Seriously? I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I'll quit drinking.
I'm tired of hearing that too. You say that every time, but you never seem to actually go through with it. And I really doubt you remember, but do you remember hitting our son last night?
What? What are you talking about? I would never do such a thing.
I also thought that you would never do such a thing too, but the fact of the matter is you did. That's what I knew and decided. We needed to get a divorce now.
That's not something that we should talk about over some text messages. Please answer your phone. Don't bring up divorcing that easily.
You really think I came to this conclusion that easily? I was thinking about it for a while before figuring out that this was the result.
I'm sorry. I promise I won't cause you any more trouble again. Please. Are you back at your parents' house now?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't plan on telling you where I'm gonna go.
I'm sure you're at your parents' house. Or what? Did you find another man to live with?
What? After dealing with my alcoholic, abusive husband, that's what you're going to say to me? That I might be with another man? You're seriously pushing your limits. I don't ever want to see you again. I'm never gonna let you meet with Justin either.
I'm sorry. I went a little too far there. It's not like I really think you might be having an affair or anything. You just didn't say where you were, so...
It really doesn't matter where I am. We're never going to see each other again.
Of course we have to see each other again. I have to take care of Justin, too.
You realize that you hit him yesterday, right? I don't trust or believe anything you have to say about him.
I promise, I'll give up drinking. Seriously. Please. I'll go by your house to pick you up right now. Just hang on. I'm gonna go by train, so it'll take me a second. I'll just use a taxi if that's too long.
Okay, let me ask you this. What are you doing right now?
Huh? I'm texting you from home.
You're drinking, aren't you?
Huh?
You just stood up thinking there was a camera or something. You were looking around for one, right?
What the hell? Is there a camera?
Of course there's no camera. I can tell what you're gonna do, though. You're coming on the train because you're drinking, right?
I didn't drink. I just figured driving at night wasn't really safe, so...
I see. I agree. Driving at night isn't safe because you're usually drunk. I figured you'd already be drinking. But you don't have to hide it anymore. But if you go to my parents' house in that condition, you're just gonna be showing off what a mess you are. I would suggest you don't do that. For your own good.
You're really starting to piss me off. Then just tell me where the hell you are. I'm gonna get you now.
You're already starting to get drunk, aren't you? You said you wouldn't drink anymore, and here you are, drunk. You're seriously messed up. I could never let you live with my son. I'm sorry.
I told you I'm sorry. I'll pick you up right away. I'm not drunk yet.
See? You do admit to drinking, right?
Are you seriously saying that I shouldn't be drinking in a situation like this? My own wife left my house with my child.
It's your own fault. You're the one looking for reasons to drink. If you really cared about us at all, you wouldn't be drinking in a situation like this.
I didn't drink.
You're already drunk. You don't know what's going on, do you?
One beer isn't gonna make me drunk. I'm gonna come pick you up now. I have no intention of getting a divorce with you. You're at your house, right?
I don't know. I'm not going to tell you where I am. I think it's best if I don't see you today anyway. I don't want to meet you when you're drunk. You start calling me names and pig. You even start abusing your own child. I have no idea what you might do to us in your condition now.
I'm sorry. I swear I have thought about everything I've done. Let's just meet at once and talk about everything, okay?
Just so you know, I've recorded everything you said yesterday.
Huh?
I wasn't sure what to do, so I just started recording. I think getting a divorce right now will definitely be in my favor.
What the hell? Why are you recording me?
If you plan on doing anything more than this, I'll be sure to send a copy to your office, too.
If you want to send it, then go ahead and send it. No one will believe you anyway.
I'm sure. At your company, you're a kind-hearted father who takes care of your family. You take care of your wife and raise your child with love. You always try to go home on time so that you can take care of your family. That's the idea you have planted in their minds, right?
Exactly. I have no bad points and you should have no complaints, right? You should be thanking me, to be honest. You're able to live like this because I'm such a great human being.
The reality of it is that you always leave the office on time. Is that you don't actually come home. You go by bars and other places to drink. You always end up coming home really late at night, piss-faced. And then you start getting pissed off at your family for no reason. Even when you do come home early, you just drink your sorrows away at your own home. I know the truth.
What truth?
You drink in your office recently too, don't you?
Huh? I would never do such a thing.
And why is it that the last time you came straight home, you had spilled some kind of booze in your bag?
I drank on my way home.
You can say that and I won't dig any further. But I think that you really have a problem. You should go talk to someone at the hospital.
Shut the hell up! I'm already heading to your parents' home. I'm gonna be there in a second.
I'm not at my parents' house. You understand that, right?
Huh? I knew you were at some other guy's house.
Stop saying that. I don't have another man, so stop assuming things already.
Then where the hell are you? I'm just gonna go to your parents' house for now. I'll be waiting for you. You better hurry up.
I'm at your parents' house right now.
Huh?
I told them about everything up until this point. I told them that we're going to get a divorce, too.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to your parents' house, and I'm gonna tell them the truth about you too.
Truth about what?
That you cheated on me with a young man and left the house.
You're seriously going to make up stories now about things that didn't happen?
I know that's what happened. You live on my money, and here you are acting like you're so damn special. I'm gonna tell them everything.
You can say things that never happened. The truth of the matter is that you're just going to be showing off how disgusting of a human you are. And besides, your parents have already agreed and are on my side. They told me that they would pay for damages and also child support.
It's your fault for having an affair, so you pay for all that crap. I'm gonna raise Justin.
All right, you're not gonna listen. I think you're already pretty drunk, but I'm going to go back to my parents' house with your parents. Just to give you a heads up. I hope you really have a chance to regret everything you've done to us. By the time Victoria got to her parents' house with Ray's parents in tow, a blackout drunk Ray was at her parents' house already making a ruckus with Victoria's parents. Their parents actually lived close to each other, so they were able to help each other out, but Ray saw his parents and snapped out of it. He was taken away by his parents. The whole divorce is going smoothly with her parents working out the details. Victoria never did send the recordings to Ray's office, but Ray's alcoholism continued to worsen and he was caught drinking on the job. He ended up getting fired anyway. He's now at home, going through rehab.
Flora, you're older than me, and yet you're still not married. It's quite something, isn't it? I mean, at your age, isn't it starting to get a bit concerning? Goldie, what do you mean by that? I'm not exactly rushing into marriage or anything. It's not like it's something to be worried about. Come on, you're at that age now. Do you really not understand? My husband is the eldest son, and there's a lot of pressure on me because of that, you know. You have to think about these things too. It really matters. Well, I don't feel pressured at all. My parents don't have those old-fashioned expectations. Sure, there might be some excitement since I'm the first grandchild, but it's not something you need to worry about too much. It's not like anyone's putting pressure on you about it. Oh, I definitely feel it, even if you don't say anything. I mean, I'm the one who came into this family, right? And I'm the first grandchild, while my husband has 2 older sisters who aren't married yet. That's a bit unexpected for me, too. I understand, but marriage is such a personal matter. Even though I'm your sister-in-law, it's not really something you should be discussing with me. So, are your parents okay with that? What if my children ended up being the only grandchildren? Well, I can't completely rule that possibility out, but really, it's not something you need to worry so much about. No, I'm definitely going to be worried about it. Because once the baby I'm carrying is born, there's a good chance they'll expect me to have another one right after, right? That's honestly too much for me to handle. It's going to be fine. If that happens, we can talk about it then. But come on, this is the first grandchild. There's going to be a celebration for the birth, isn't there? After all, since I got pregnant, our expenses have skyrocketed, and after the birth, it's going to cost even more money. So, yes, I am absolutely expecting a big celebration. Wait, are you seriously saying that? I mean, I understand that pregnancy and childbirth cost money, but especially since I'm having a boy. If I don't get a lavish celebration, I might just lose it. I'm risking my life to bring this baby into the world. And to be honest, I didn't even want kids in the first place, but since your brother wanted children, here we are. I get that, but well, I know that my in-laws don't seem to have a lot of money, so it's probably going to be difficult to expect much from them. Still, please don't send anything useless. If it's trash, I'll just throw it away. Yes, I understand already. I'm currently experiencing postpartum depression, so I really don't want to see anyone from my in-laws right now. Please don't contact me. What? Are you really okay with that? I mean, is it really fine to shut everyone out like that? I'm fine, but it would be incredibly annoying if they just showed up at my house unannounced, so please don't come over, okay? Well, that's really all I wanted to say. I see, but I can't help but worry a little. I mean, I've only been able to see the baby once so far. I mean, it seems like my mother is trying her best not to bring it up too much, but I think she would appreciate having more opportunities to spend time with her grandchild. Once things settle down a bit, it would be nice if we could all meet up again. I'll think about it. Right now, my parents are completely focused on taking care of the baby, and I don't want to impose any more than necessary. Oh, I understand. If you ever need help, just let us know. We're more than willing to come by and lend a hand if you need it. Honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't feel the need to do that. It's a really complicated situation right now, and I'm just exhausted from everything. It's like the English language is failing me, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's all so overwhelming. That's not what I meant at all. I also sent you a congratulatory gift for the baby the other day. Did you receive it? I thought it would be better not to ring the doorbell when I passed by your house, so I left it on your parking area instead. I did receive your gift, but honestly, it looked so cheap. I ended up throwing it all in the trash. Seriously, I need something better than that. What? Are you serious? You threw it all away? Of course. What's with the handmade diaper tower? It's so tacky that I couldn't stop laughing. It's been ages since I've laughed like that, especially after giving birth. Wait, I worked really hard with my mom to make that for you. And also, what about the $30,000 gift? Huh? What do you mean by that? Inside the diaper tower, I wrapped up the $30,000 gift from my mom and me. You did notice that, right? What? No way. Are you serious? That's exactly what I want to know. Did you really throw it away? That's impossible. If that was the case, you should have mentioned it in the letter. This is the worst. Of course I threw it away. Wow. Oh, this is unbelievable. It was even written in the letter I attached. You really did this. Go get it back right now. I'm out right now. You know what? I'll contact my parents to go and get it. Wait, you're out this late? I'm going to contact my brother right now. It would be faster if you reach out to him, right? I mean, I know you need to tell your parents too, but still. No, wait, the gift was sent to me, right? That means I have to receive it. Huh? But it's also a good idea to let your brother know. I thought it was strange that I hadn't heard anything yet, so I asked you first. Oh, whatever. I'll just send my parents to get it. Seriously, please stop being so attached to your brother. I have enough on my plate right now, so this is all I can handle. Hey, wait a minute. Make sure you talk to my brother properly, okay? I don't want any misunderstandings. It's really important that you communicate everything clearly, especially now that you've had the baby. You don't want any issues arising from this, do you?
I found it! It was still there! I'm so relieved I found it in time. But seriously, she threw it out regardless of the garbage collection days or anything. What on earth is she thinking? This is such a hassle. I'm so sorry about this.
You found it? Oh, that's great. I'm really glad you contacted me right away. But wait, you were home taking care of the baby, right? Then why did you insist on calling your parents instead of me? It would have been much quicker to reach out to me.
I didn't want you to take my money. I knew if I told you, you'd just put it in the baby's savings account, and I wanted to use it all myself.
Oh, is that what it was? I figured something was off when I saw how you were acting.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think there's something you're hiding from me.
Hiding? Like what? By the way, are you out right now? Are you out having fun?
Yeah, it seems that way. She sometimes goes out like this. Before, she was staying with her parents taking care of the baby. I'm not entirely sure why, but ever since I started taking parental leave and stayed home with the baby, she's started going out alone now and then.
Oh, really? Well, the way you say that makes it sound like you've been thinking she might have been going out more when she was at your parents' place, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. I don't think it's a bad thing to go out occasionally. Just because she's a mother doesn't mean she has to be glued to the baby all the time. I'm here, and so are her parents. We can all share the parenting responsibilities. Taking a breather is important too, I believe. But the issue is how she's spending her time out.
What do you mean by that?
She often comes home drunk in the morning after a night out. It seems she's been drinking with her friends from college. She comes home completely wasted and then just sleeps all day. I don't mind her going out, but she's a stay-at-home mom after all. I worry about what will happen when my parental leave ends. Will she be able to handle the housework properly again? It's a bit concerning.
Oh, I see. You guys had a bit of a rushed marriage, huh? So you didn't really know about her true nature before tying the knot?
Well, I guess that's about right. I think I fell into her trap more than I'd like to admit. We were supposed to be practicing safe sex, but then she ended up getting pregnant. I really don't mind because children are a blessing, but still. She got pregnant before we were married, and then she quit her job right away. It feels like I've been tricked, honestly.
Wow. So you were aware of that, huh? We all kind of thought the same thing. But if you're saying you're happy with it, then that's great, right? Mom and I talked about that too.
Is that so?
It's possible that with the baby finally here, she's just feeling overwhelmed with excitement and letting loose a bit too much.
Yeah, that could be it. So I've been doing a lot of the housework while she's out, you know? I've become quite good at cleaning. I honestly think the place is cleaner now than when she does it.
Well, kudos to you for that, but don't forget to thank your wife. After all, she's the one maintaining the home. Even if she's not great at housework, you still need to appreciate her for keeping your life running smoothly.
I get that, but, oh, Flora, I have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Could you keep the fact that I found the $30,000 a secret from her?
Wait, why?
If she knows, I think she'd just blow it all on herself. She has this habit of spending money really fast. I mean, I get that going out drinking costs money, but if I give her cash, it might turn into a disaster. I want to save it for the baby's future. Also, I've been a bit concerned about something.
Really? What's been going on?
Well, I'll tell you once I'm sure about it, but there's a possibility that she might be betraying me.
What do you mean by that?
I have this gut feeling that she's hiding something from me and I can't shake it off. She's been acting weird lately and I can't quite put my finger on it.
You think she's being unfaithful?
I don't know yet. That's why I'm keeping an eye on things. It just feels like she's changed since the baby was born, you know? It's like she's become more carefree and distant. I understand that having a baby can change a person, but I can't help but feel suspicious about her late nights out.
Wow, that sounds intense. Have you talked to her about this at all?
I've tried, but she just brushes it off like I'm overreacting. She says I should trust her and that she's just having some time for herself. I want her to have her freedom, but I also think it's crucial for us to be honest with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Trust is key in a relationship. If you can't talk about these things, it's going to build up and cause bigger issues down the line.
Exactly, and I really don't want to jump to any conclusions, but my instincts are telling me something isn't right. I just wish I could get through to her and make her understand how serious this is for me.
Well, have you thought about sitting her down and having a heartfelt conversation when she's sober? Sometimes people don't realize the impact of their actions until they really think about it.
I've been thinking about it, but every time I try to bring it up, she gets defensive and changes the subject. It's frustrating. I don't want to start a fight, but I need her to know how I feel.
I totally get that. Maybe if you approach it from a place of concern instead of accusation, she might be more open to listening.
That's a good point. I should focus on how I feel and not make her feel attacked. I'll try to find a calm moment to talk to her about it. Thanks for the advice.
Of course, just remember it's okay to express your feelings, but it's also important to be patient. Relationships take work, and sometimes things just need time to settle down.
Yeah, you're right. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for being here for me, Flora. It means a lot.
Anytime. We're siblings, and I'll always have your back. Just keep me updated on how things go with her, okay?
Absolutely. I'll let you know what happens. Hopefully we can get this sorted out soon.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you. Just keep communication open, and I'm sure you'll find a way to work through it together. Flora, why did you lie? That $30,000, didn't Eric recover it? Why did you keep quiet about it? Oh, that issue? What? Did Eric finally say something to you? I hope you didn't make a scene or anything. This is the worst. If I had that money, none of this would have happened. It's completely unfair. What do you mean by none of this? My husband just said he wants a divorce. He's done with this marriage. But if we had that $30,000, this wouldn't have happened. I could have paid off our debts and fixed everything. Well, that was something you threw away, wasn't it? You should think of it as something that never existed in the first place. Also, those are not words you should say to someone who gave you $30,000. That's pretty rude, don't you think? Because! Why did you hide it in a diaper tower like some childish trick? You knew how important that money was. How rude. I thought you would enjoy it as a surprise. I didn't make the diaper tower with the expectation it would be thrown away. That would be silly. I genuinely wanted to create a fun moment for you. But you said you'd have my parents come pick it up, right? So why did you contact my brother instead? I thought it was strange from the beginning that you wanted to involve your parents. You should have just told me directly. Then I got a call from my brother and everything clicked. I never imagined you would go out drinking with your old circle members while secretly spending a fortune on a host. What were you thinking? Well, that's because it's not like I had a choice. I mean, it's my ultimate form of relaxation. It's my favorite idle activities. You can't just take that away from me. I'm not denying that relaxation or idle activities are important, but you need to do those things within a budget. You can't just lie to your husband just to go out, and now you've ended up with all this debt. This is a serious issue. You wanted the $30,000 from the congratulatory money to pay off this debt, didn't you? Well, I needed money to support him. So it can't be helped. You don't understand how hard it is to be a mother and not have any outlet. If you need the money, then work and save it up to pay it off yourself. Don't rely on other people's money. And to think you wanted to use the $30,000 that was supposed to be a congratulatory gift. Is that really something a parent would do? It's irresponsible. Shut up! You say whatever you want as long as I stay quiet. If you had just given me the $30,000, this would have been resolved. But your brother found out about it first and deposited the entire amount into the child's savings. You're directing your resentment at the wrong target. If that's the case, then get the money from your parents to pay it off. They should help you out if they care about you. We've been poor for generations. That's why my parents were counting on my husband's income. And now I'm being told there's going to be a divorce. Take responsibility. This isn't fair. Shut up. Just stop already. I can't listen to this anymore. What did you just say? While you've been slacking off on parenting and wasting money drinking until the morning, your husband has been home alone doing everything. He's been desperately doing the housework and cleaning, and he found your IOU while doing so. He saw that paper hidden deep down and decided your spending habits were abnormal. So he hired a detective to gather all the evidence, didn't he? Wait, was it really that far gone? He hired a detective? Did you think no one knew? This is all the result of your own actions. Sure, there's no rule that says you can't have fun just because you're a mother. But while you were doing nothing, your brother was working tirelessly without rest, and while you were carelessly accumulating debt, he was growing tired from taking care of the child. And don't you dare blame your divorce on someone else just because you couldn't find the congratulatory money that was given to you. But if I had that $30,000, I could have paid back the money and none of this would have been a problem. If you had done that, you would have just gotten carried away and racked up even more debt. A person like you needs to experience pain firsthand to learn. It's the only way you'll understand the consequences of your actions. Wait, I get it. I won't go to the host anymore. I won't borrow money anymore. So please just help me this once. 30,000. No, even 20,000 would be fine. I'll be grateful for any amount you can spare. Look, we're not rich either. It's not an amount that just magically appears when you wish for it. We're also desperately gathering every penny to make ends meet. Just like you said, I don't have a boyfriend, nor am I planning to have children. Given the way things are going, the chances of me getting married and having kids are slim. So the money I spent was entrusted to your children's future. I don't want to waste it on your irresponsible choices. But if I get divorced like this, that child will be left without a father. Don't you see that? I need to be there for my child. What are you talking about? Of course the father will get custody. He's the responsible one. A debt-ridden woman who thoughtlessly tries to use her child's money while being a stay-at-home mom without a job is in no position to raise a child. You need to face the reality of your situation. That's true, but let me ask you this. Can you raise a child under these circumstances? You have to pay for your living expenses and child support, and now you'll also have to pay your husband alimony. How do you plan on doing that? Alimony? But I don't have that kind of money. How can I possibly afford that? Of course, that's impossible. You've had physical relationships with other men behind your husband's back multiple times. That's a serious betrayal, and you'll have to face the consequences. He has every right to demand alimony. Please, I am begging you, talk to Eric. I was a stay-at-home mom and I was happy. I can't work after a divorce. I don't know how to make it on my own. Don't act like a stay-at-home mom even when you can't handle basic household chores or childcare. Of course you were happy because you had the freedom to play, but you crossed the line. You can't just ignore your responsibilities. I'm sorry. I promise I'll never do this again. I'll be a proper mother. I've learned my lesson. So please, just this once, forgive me. If I can just pay back the debt, everything will be okay. Then pay what you owe and start over. Your trust is already sunk down there. Don't think you can be forgiven with such light words. Reflect on your selfish actions and suffer in hell for the rest of your life, you worthless woman. You think it's that easy to just move on? Please, I'll change, I promise. I can't lose my child. I'll do anything. You don't get it, do you? Your words mean nothing now. You've lost the right to be trusted, and it'll take more than just promises to regain it. You have to face the consequences of your actions. Your husband deserves better, and so does your child. You need to take responsibility. I know I messed up, but please, I don't want to lose my family. Can't you see how hard this is for me? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. You think you can just brush everything under the rug because you're feeling sorry for yourself? It doesn't work that way. You need to be held accountable. You need to make real changes, not just empty promises. Show that you can be a responsible adult. I promise I'll get a job. I'll do anything. Just help me get through this, please. Talk is cheap. You need to prove it with actions. Your husband's at his limit and you're running out of time. If you want to turn things around, you better start showing real commitment to change and being a better mother. I will, I swear. Just give me one more chance. I'll show you I can do it. Make sure you mean it, or you'll find yourself in an even worse situation than you're in now. Remember, you're not just risking your own future, you're jeopardizing your child's as well. Please, I don't want to think about that. I just want to make things right. I want to fix this and be a good mother. Then start by being honest with yourself and those around you. No more lies, no more hiding. If you want a chance at redemption, you'll have to be willing to fight for it every single day. I understand. I really do. I'll just do whatever it takes. Just don't give up on me yet. Well, it's too late to ask for that now because every single one of us has given up on you now. I hope that you have fun rotting in hell for all that you've done to us. Goldie was reportedly devastated when my brother firmly informed her of the divorce, breaking down into tears. However, it seems that my brother had completely lost all feelings for her, leading to the divorce proceeding without any further hesitation. The emotional impact of such a revelation can be immense, especially when a relationship that once held promise crumbles so suddenly. Under the guidance of a private investigator who advised him to be thorough, my brother had secretly installed hidden cameras during their discussions. This allowed him to capture the moments when Goldie, consumed by anger and frustration, attempted to lash out at their child. The recordings became crucial evidence in the divorce proceedings, revealing the true nature of her behavior when confronted. It's chilling to think about how a moment of anger can lead to such devastating consequences, not just for Goldie, but for the child caught in the middle. Following the divorce, Goldie lost her rights to see her child, and she would never be around to meet them again. The emotional toll of the situation must have been immense for her, but at the same time, it feels almost like poetic justice, considering her previous actions. The loss of her child would be a permanent scar on her heart, serving as a constant reminder of her decisions and their fallout. Now, buried with debt, alimony, and the necessity of earning a living, Goldie reluctantly found part-time work. Every day she struggles to make ends meet, and honestly, it's hard not to feel a sense of schadenfreude in this situation. Her previous lifestyle, filled with careless spending and reckless choices, has turned into a harsh reality. She now has to wake up early each morning, facing the drudgery of her new life. Each day serves as a reminder of what she lost, and it must be excruciating to see the stark contrast between her former life and her current one. She once enjoyed a life of leisure, filled with social outings and extravagant expenses, and now she is scraping by, barely able to pay her bills. The transformation from a life of luxury to one of financial strain illustrates the consequences of her actions. Goldie's transition from the carefree existence to the struggles of a working single mother highlights the impact of her previous choices. In the past, she may have taken her brother's support for granted, believing that she could continue living her life without consequences. But now, reality's hit hard, and every hour she spends at her part-time job serves as a reminder of the choices she's made and their repercussions. My brother, on the other hand, seems to be moving on with his life. Free from the chaos and drama that Goldie brought into his life, he can focus on his child without the burdens that Goldie represented. This newfound freedom must feel like a weight lifted off his shoulders, allowing him to finally breathe and find joy in parenting, without the stress of an unstable partnership. The contrast between their current situations could not be more stark, as Goldie finds herself in a self-imposed prison of regret while her brother flourishes. Goldie's current situation also forces her to reflect on her priorities and the choices that led her to this point. The debt that she accrued, possibly to fund her previous lifestyle, now looms over her like a dark cloud. Every moment spent at work is not just about earning a paycheck, it's about trying to repay her past mistakes and the consequences of her actions. The pressure to make ends meet while managing her financial obligations is a daily burden that weighs heavily on her shoulders. She may find herself daydreaming about what could have been, contemplating how different things might be if she had made better choices. The longing to see her child again might haunt her, knowing that her actions directly led to her current circumstances. The realization of what she lost may bring moments of deep sadness and regret, forcing her to confront the gravity of her decisions. As she navigates her new life, Goldie will likely encounter challenges that push her to her limits. Balancing work and life without the support she once had will be a daunting task. She might have to rely on friends or acquaintances for help, something that she may not have been used to before. This reliance on others could bring about feelings of vulnerability and insecurity as she comes to terms with her new reality. Her interactions with others will also change. She may find it difficult to relate to those who still live the life she once had. The envy and resentment she might feel towards them could lead to feelings of isolation. She may struggle to connect with those who don't understand her plight, further exasperating her sense of loss and grief over what she used to have. In the midst of this struggle, there may be moments of clarity for Goldie. These moments might help her realize the true cost of her decisions and the importance of responsibility and accountability. She might begin to understand the value of hard work, the importance of financial stability, and the love that comes with being a parent, something she took for granted. Eventually, Goldie may find a way to rebuild her life, whether it's through new friendships, personal growth, or professional development. She may start to carve out a new identity separate from the mistakes of her past. This journey towards self-improvement could be transformative, allowing her to redefine her purpose and goals in life. Yet the scars of her past will remain, serving as constant reminders of what she lost and what she must overcome. Her journey towards redemption may be long and arduous, filled with obstacles and setbacks, but it will also provide opportunities for growth and learning. Goldie's story serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of neglecting one's responsibilities, illustrating that one's choices can profoundly affect the lives of those around them. It highlights the importance of being accountable for one's actions and the impact those actions can have on family and relationships. In the end, Goldie's path to recovery may lead her to a deeper understanding of herself, her values, and the importance of cherishing her family.
Hey! What was that all about, Susie? What you just did was very dangerous, so can you please be more careful up there?
What is up with you talking to your mother-in-law like that? I didn't drop that flower pot off the edge of the balcony on purpose, you know. It just happened to happen, as an accident is all. My hand just happened to slip while moving the pot, and it fell. And you know us older people tend to have a tough time gripping heavier items as we get older. So you can blame that one on my hands being a little shaky today.
You keep telling me you're not doing it on purpose, but how many times has it been now since you've started doing that? How many times is your hand going to slip while holding those pots off the side of the balcony? Do you need me to come up there and take care of those pots for you?
Well, I'm sorry that I keep losing a hold of them. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's due to your balcony rail being too short, and that leads to me dropping the pots off them too easily. I've told you before that it's pretty dangerous having such short guardrails on your balcony. Every time I lean in to either place a pot down on the rail or pick one up, they happen to slip a little. And sometimes I don't have the strength to hold onto the pot any longer, and it just falls.
And I can understand it being an accident if it was only one time that you dropped a pot, but it's been happening over and over, and only when I'm standing down here. If you really are having issues up there, then figure out a way to be more careful before handling the pots again. But I know that you've been doing all of that on purpose, so I doubt you'll ever stop coming out onto that balcony when I'm down here.
Stop trying to accuse me of something that I'm not doing, Melody. All I've been trying to do is help these poor flowers that you have out here look a little better, right? If it weren't for me, they'd all be dead by now, and the front of your house would look terrible with a bunch of dead plants all up on your balcony. So stop saying such rude things about me and be grateful that I'm even helping out.
You telling me you're helping my flowers is a bold claim, considering all you've done so far is drop about half of them from up there. Tell me, Susie, why are you only dropping all those pots only when I'm down here standing up the balcony?
And I'm saying no matter how much you try and question me, there is no good reason for it. It's just something that's been happening with me. All a bad coincidence. Now stop trying to play the victim card here when there is nobody trying to harm you.
Playing the victim card. What would happen if one of those pots were to land on my head? Things won't just end with me getting hurt. My life might be put at risk and everything due to those pots, and I would not be happy if it was due to you dropping them on purpose.
Well, that's only an if, right? So there's no point in continuing this discussion over something that isn't even happening. Not one of the pots that has fallen has hit you yet, so can we stop all of this? I promise that when one does hit you, that we can start to talk about what's happened.
I can't believe this. You don't even seem to be worried about what you're doing. If you're just going to continue dropping pots on me, then I don't think I can live with you anymore.
Well, if that's how you feel, then go right ahead and leave this house. I mean, it wouldn't hurt me any, considering you are a pretty useless wife. So if you were going to leave this house right now, it would go unnoticed, even by my son.
I knew it! I knew you were doing all of this as a way of getting me to leave the house. I don't mind you picking on me every now and again, but if you're going to start to try and harm me as a way of showing that you don't like me, that's where I'm drawing the line. Well, I don't want to be the one to leave this house, and I won't. I'll be bringing all of this up with Eric really soon.
Go right ahead and let him know about this. I haven't been dropping those pots on purpose, so he won't think anything of me.
What is wrong with you? Seriously, Susie?
So another flower pot fell from the balcony and almost hit you? I can't believe this crap. That old bag is really starting to show her age and probably needs to be left inside.
It's not because of her old age, Eric. She's been doing it on purpose when I'm under the balcony. This time was the third time it's happened. And she's never dropped them any other time besides when I'm standing right there underneath the balcony doing chores. Can you please say something to her about all of this? So far, I've had luck on my side, never taking one of those pots to my head. But at some point, my luck is going to run out and one of those pots is going to hit my head and I'll be done for.
Well, even if you tell me to, that old bag is telling me that she's not doing it on purpose, so I can't do much to stop her, right? And to be honest, she's always been kinda clumsy, so this is all just a part of who she is as my mother.
Well, if for whatever reason all of this has been an accident, we still need to address the fact that she's dropping pot after pot off the edge of the balcony, and it's both dangerous and costing us money. This is a serious problem, Eric.
Well, if you want me to think up something, let's do something about the guardrail up there being a bit too short. But look, getting that rail replaced will only cost us more money, right? Way more than just letting her drop a few $1 pots.
Then how about we just tell your mom that she's no longer allowed to go on the balcony? It's been dangerous to let her keep going out there without us doing anything, right?
But my mom loves to take care of flowers and plants like she's been doing. It's her one hobby that keeps her from getting bored. If we take that hobby away from her, she'd be left with pretty much nothing, right? Ever since Dad died, she's been left by herself, and has a lot of time on her hands, which she likes to spend out there on the balcony.
If she wants to be with her flowers and plants, let's just put them all around the garden instead of on the balcony. Why does she have to be up there to take care of all of her plants? No matter how you try and think of it, the only reason for her wanting to be up there is to drop those dang pots on my freaking head.
Come on, my mom already told me. She said that having the plants on the balcony gives them more access to direct sunlight, and the flowers will bloom more vibrantly.
Whether she has them on the balcony or the ground around our garden, the sunlight is the exact same. She's just making up crap now. You were always on your mother's side, aren't you?
Well, I'm not trying to be on my mom's side with everything. It's just that this time, I really don't believe that old bag is doing anything like dropping pots off the balcony around you on purpose. She is a very kind woman, and she's taken great care of me ever since I was a little baby.
Whatever. I'm just wasting my time now talking with you about how your mom wants to kill me. Go right ahead and then suck up to your mom because that's all you're good at.
Wait a second. You're being a baby now. Hey, Melody. Come on now.
Again with this, Susie. Do you mind being a bit more careful when you're up there?
I'm oh so sorry. Once again, my hand just happened to slip. I am trying my best right now to be careful when handling this very large pot.
I can't believe you'd wait for me to come home from work just to drop that pot near my head. You knew that I'd be right under the balcony at this time, and that's why you let it loose.
I've told you to quit it with all that talk about me. All that's been happening recently is that my hands lose their grip on the pot and it falls right down to the ground beneath the balcony. I'm not purposefully doing it or anything, I promise. But was that the last one so close to your head? Just a little bit more to the left and I could have had you.
Stop all of that right now.
Oh my. It just happened to slip out of my hands is all. I didn't mean to drop that pot next to you on purpose. So please stop trying to act like I'm doing any of this to you. I'm getting really tired of you being a little baby about all of this.
If next time you hit me, I swear to God.
What? What'll happen if next time I do manage to hit you on the head? Are you trying to threaten me right now? Scary. I might have had to take you to court for trying to threaten me like that. Huh.
Go right ahead and try taking me to court.
Hey, what's gotten into you, Melody? I was just joking with you about that, yet you can't seem to take a simple joke. Maybe you need to take a pot to the head every once in a while to help calm your serious butt down.
Is that you telling me you really have been trying to hit me in the head with those pots?
I never said that I've been wanting to hit you in the head or anything. But if you don't want to be hit in the head by me, get out of this house then. I'm totally fine with you going away for good. But of course, if you leave my son, you'll have to kiss his income goodbye and live off your own money.
Sure. And that's why I'm going to leave. Living in this place with you is not worth any part of my health or even my life for that matter. I can't wait to be free of all these worries once I'm out of here.
So then get out of here, Melody. Huh.
Hey, Melody, where the hell are you right now? There's been an accident here. Right now, my mom has been taken away in an ambulance.
Oh? What happened to her?
It looks as though she fell from the balcony and hurt herself really badly. I'm not sure all the details yet of how this could have happened to her, but she fell off the balcony while holding a flower pot in one of her hands, and one of our neighbors heard the sound of her falling and called 911 right away.
Is that so?
Is that so? You! Are you not worried right now about the state that my mom is in? That old bag ended up losing a lot of blood in that fall and is unconscious right now. At this point, I wouldn't put this accident past being her last.
Well, that was bound to happen, right? I've heard that recently the balcony has been pretty easy to slip on, and that might be the reason why she fell. Haha.
You... What the hell are you laughing about? This can't be. Don't tell me.
Don't tell you what, Eric? Are you starting to think that maybe I was the one to push her off that balcony?
Well, look.
Why would I ever do that to your mom, Eric? Especially since she is your mom after all. But I will say this. It kind of feels good knowing that she fell off that balcony for once. Thank goodness. Happened to her before she could do anything to harm me.
Why the hell are you saying all of that? I knew it. You were the one that pushed her off the balcony and put her in this horrible state. It couldn't have been anyone else, and you're even laughing about all of this now.
It's been weeks and weeks of her dropping pots on or near my head on purpose. Only when I'm underneath the balcony. And when I told you that she was in fact trying to hurt me, you never batted an eye. Yet, when she falls off the balcony and has to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance, you're pretty quick to turn around and blame me, right? Such a great husband you are.
No, wait.
Eric? Do you even know where you stand right now? I'll just give you a hint. Where you stand right now, you could have your job taken away from you at any minute.
You can say all you want about that, but there's no way, right? We promised that we'd never hold anything against one another within the company, and that's why I was okay taking that job from you. I had other companies that I was looking forward to interviewing for, but you told me that I should come and join yours.
Huh? You had a bunch of other interviews to look forward to, did you? That's strange, because what I remember is you couldn't find anyone to interview you for around 6 months, and that's why I offered you a job within my company. So what is this about other companies? And by the way, the one that took you and your mother in while you were jobless was no one else but me, right?
And I feel really bad for having to make you take us both in.
Therefore, you should be very thankful that I was willing to let you join my company and shouldn't be too hasty to blame me for something I didn't do. The fact that you even have time to be your mom's ally all the time is disgusting.
You were never this strict about things before. I think that you've changed from the woman I once loved and married.
Well, when someone has to go through multiple life-threatening events like having heavy pots fall on their head, they tend to change a little. Now, from now on, I'd like you to understand your position a bit better and listen to what I say to you instead of what your mother wants you to believe.
But that's... You and I are husband and wife, right? We are supposed to be equal in our relationship, right? What you're saying is...
If things are supposed to be as equal as you say they should be, then maybe you should have listened to me when I said your mom was dropping those pots on purpose. But of course, that won't ever make any sense to you since you're such a mama's boy. Well, if you don't want to go back to being unemployed and with a mother who will be disappointed in you after losing your job, then listen to what I say. Okay? If you end up losing your job, I'm no longer going to be nice to you and hide everything from your mom. Do you understand?
I understand.
Susie? How are you feeling now that it's been a couple of days since your accident? I hear that you really did a number on both your legs this time around. I'm sure they still hurt quite a bit, don't they?
You. What is up with that attitude of yours?
You're asking me what's up with it? Well, I'm just really happy is all.
Seeing that someone like you has finally suffered from what you were trying to serve me, well, it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside.
You have no right saying something like that to someone who just had to be taken to the hospital. You knew about how there was a very high chance I never woke up again after what had happened to me, right?
Of course I knew about that. And that's why I sympathize with you right now. I'm sure had one of those flower pots you tried dropping on me actually hit my head, I'd have been in the same boat as you. Having a chance of never waking up ever again.
You were blowing things way too out of proportions there. You never even got hit in the head anyway.
That's right. I had some pretty good luck with me and never had to take a pot to my head. Susie, you were really trying hard to hit me in the head with those pots, right?
I've told you plenty of times now that all of that was not on purpose. Recently, I've just been having a lot of trouble holding on to those pots. And this past week, the rain had been nonstop, making everything on that balcony slippery. There are even times when you're not under the balcony where I will drop one of those pots on accident. So stop trying to make up loads of lies like that about me.
Of course, for a while there, I was thinking about how I might have been overreacting, thinking that maybe I was just trying to be the victim. And that's why, to make sure I wasn't just making things up in my own head, I set up some security cameras overlooking the balcony to see what all was really going on.
Huh?
I've seen every time you've taken one of those pots in your hands recently and waited for me to pass under you to chuck them down at me.
That might have just been the sun's light reflecting off the camera lens.
And of course, with it just being video of you doing that to me, someone might say the excuse that the sunlight might have distorted the image. Or that the lens was too dirty and you couldn't see the picture clearly. So, there really is no point to me having those videos at all, right? However, because of that, I made sure to have the sound recorded as well. Even if the ground is always under the balcony, you can still hear all the sounds of the pots crashing down below.
You didn't just record the video, but you had the audio recorded from those events as well? Why would you go as far as to record the sound like that? I would never do anything.
Are you sure? I missed again. That short line of words coming out of your mouth is very easy to pick up from the recordings.
That was just me saying that it was a good thing that those missed. That's all. I have not been trying to hit you in the head with those pots, I swear.
Is that so? Well, that's interesting to hear, especially when after watching and listening to those recordings over and over showed me the opposite. Well, no matter. Because it does not mean anything to me what you think you were doing or saying, as I'm still going to use both the video and audio recordings as evidence when I take you to court and sue you.
What? You'd sue me. But all of that isn't going to be good enough evidence for you if you take it to court. I told you a billion times already that I didn't do any of that on purpose.
Also, I took a strangely interesting video a few days ago. Do you want to see it? It's from 3 days ago on that night.
I don't want to see it at all. I haven't done anything at all, so why would I care to see your videos?
You haven't done anything at all, huh? You seem to really like to say that about all of this, Susie. Well, I don't believe one word of that. And do you know why? Because in this video, I have you down on all fours rubbing lotion and lubricant all over the balcony as though you were trying to make it all slippery. Ha!
What?
I'm assuming you were doing all of that in order to get me to slip and fall off the balcony, correct? But I guess that following day you totally forgot about what you'd done out there. And so, as you went out onto the balcony to start tending to your plants and wait for me to come out and drop a pot on me, you slipped and fell over the edge. That's at least how I remember those videos going after watching them plenty of times. But does that string of events sound right to you?
I never meant for any of that, though. I'm serious.
I don't need to hear that from you anymore, Susie. I've already seen all I needed and heard everything I've needed to as well. And it's very clear to me that you were indeed trying to hurt me. Now, good luck with trying to get your legs back to the way they were before the fall.
What is all of this? You.
Hey Mom, it's me, Eric. Listen, I was just wondering if you'd be willing to just own up to you having dropped those pots on Melody on purpose for me.
What? What are you saying to me right now, Eric?
She told me that if you confess, she'll let all of this go. And that you writing that down on a document for her would lead her to not having to take you to court.
There's no way she's telling the truth. She wants me to confess to all of that just so that she can take me to court and sue me. What's happened to you? Is Melody starting to threaten my own baby boy now?
I'm only asking you to do all of this for your sake, you old bag. Now, please just confess to all that you've been doing. There's already enough video evidence of what you've been up to. So just coming out with your true intentions will make the outcome a whole lot better for you. I don't want for you to be taken away from me forever, Mom.
Eric? But I'm...
Melody made it very clear to me that if you're not going to own up to what you've been doing, that she'll sue you for every penny you have. And if she's able to do that to you, then things between you and I will be over. You understand that, right? Tell her that you were trying to drop those pots on her head, and that you were the one to lube up the balcony to try and get her to fall off. Just hurry up and confess, Mom.
All right, already, I'll confess. I was trying my hardest to get those pots to land on her head every time she came beneath the balcony. And to try and get her to fall off the balcony the next time she came out onto it, I rubbed lotion and lubricant all over the place.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mom. I've been so good for nothing. And now you're going to have to pay for it.
What do you mean, sorry? What will I have to pay for? What is going on right now, Eric? Hey, please respond to me, Eric. Hey, what the hell is going on here?
Susie, I see that you're finally out of the hospital. Well, I'm on my way right now to come and pick you up from there, okay?
Hey, I've had enough of this, okay? I've already tried asking my son to come and help me, so please just stay away from me and let him come get me.
No can do, old lady. Right now, Eric is on his way back into work, and I'd never let him take time off to come out and get you. And since it's the job that I've had him relocated to for a while, he won't be coming back anytime soon to see any of us.
What do you mean you relocated him to another job for a while? Where the hell has my son gone?
I can't tell you that much. That's all a secret related to my company and a few others. And since he's my employee, I'd never, ever tell you where he's gone for work, as it might compromise everything.
Huh? He's your employee.
You didn't know that? Well, I suppose you couldn't have known, since I've been hiding that truth from you ever since he found himself a job. Or should I say, ever since I found him a job that would take him. He didn't want you to be disappointed in him for having to either be unemployed or working for me, so we both kept that fact from you.
Is that right? He should have just told me that he was a part of your company now. Then there could have been a completely different outcome here. How pathetic.
However, me keeping all of this a secret from you only led him to becoming more of a mama's boy and never believed that you could do anything wrong. So, I broke our promise of keeping this all a secret from you so that I could finally get you to understand the reality here.
Huh? So that means that you've just broken a promise with your husband, my son.
That's right.
What the hell? There is something seriously messed up with you.
Calling me messed up? How rude, Susie. I was just coming around to being okay with being your caretaker and everything while you're in that wheelchair. And it's going to be around 6 months that you have to stay in that wheelchair, right? Oh, I am just so excited to be in control of everything you do.
No. What's going to happen with Eric then? He'll be coming back really soon from work, right?
Well, from what I've heard, it'll be at least a 6-month-long transfer at that other job. So, you won't be seeing him until after you're out of the chair. But he said he'd do whatever it'd take to make sure you're okay, and that is all a part of it. Ha!
Don't tell me that you're holding me hostage.
Calling yourself a hostage now? How awful you must be to say such a thing about this whole situation. No matter how you try and view all of this, Eric is just being a good mama's boy by working away from home for a while to keep you happy. And not I'll be able to have so much fun with you. Just you and me.
What the hell? What is all of this? What are you? No way. I'm not going to go back to living together with you again. I'd rather live in this world on my own if it meant being far away from you.
Hold on. You can't just try running away from me now, Susie. I have a whole lot of evidence showing that you were going to try and harm me in multiple different ways. So, if you try running from me, well...
You're making that all seem a lot less worse than it was. I never actually wanted to harm you. Not that badly, at least.
Oh, you think so? Well, that'll all be up to the jury to decide if things have to come to that, Susie. And I'm sure that, unlike you, they won't see something like what you were trying to do as not being harmful to me. So, if you do try and take a step outside my house, we are going to have the most fun we've ever had together in that courtroom.
Ugh, You're seriously... Is this your way of getting revenge on me or something?
Revenge? What are you talking about now, Susie? Why would I ever want to get revenge on you? I've already told you that I'm doing all of this as a way of making sure you and I have some fun alone time together. Just the two of us. You can just forget about your son for a while now and come join me as we both live together under that roof, enjoying every moment of it together. That's right. The two of us can go out onto the balcony this time and really enjoy all of that gardening you've always been telling Eric and I you love so much. How does that sound, Susie?
I'm sorry. Melody, I swear to God that I'll act differently now after all of this. I'm so sorry.
It's a little too late now for you to come to me with those words. And it's not like you need to apologize to me anyway, because I've already forgiven you, Susie. Now just you and I can look forward to living under one roof together.
I don't... no way. I don't want to live with you alone. I want Eric there too.
Stop getting so worked up over this. Nothing about what we're going to do together is going to be scary. I promise. And you know how good I am with promises now, right? Oh, that's right. You told me before that taking a pot to the head might get me to settle down a bit, right? Well, how about when we get home, I drop a pot on your head? After that, I arrived at the hospital and picked up my mother-in-law in her wheelchair from the hospital before going back home. I told her that I'd forgiven her already for everything, which I had. And so before making it home, we went out shopping, and then at home we went out onto the balcony together to have some fun. And we would do this day after day with one another, having the best time of our lives. Susie was so used to giving her son all her love and receiving the same from him, and she let me know just how much she missed him. But Eric still has a while before he'd be coming home, so I told her to get used to life without him in the house for a change. And of course, I think it will be a lot longer than half a year before he's back home, since I made sure he had to work for that other company for at least a year. But that should give me more than enough time to have fun with his mom and make sure that she's happy being alone here with just me. There have been a few times now where she tries to run away from me by going out the front door, but I've put a stop to all that pretty quickly. All I had to do was lock the door from the outside and did the same with the back door, and now there's no way for her to leave the house again, unless she tries going over the balcony again. Tonight we are going to have a little remembrance party together, where we can relive those moments where she tried to hurt me with those flower pots or the lube on the balcony. And we'll start by watching all those videos I recorded again, so that the memories are fresh in our minds.